Okay, so I'm back. So we're hooking up the wires, remember? So I got this in here. So it'll be easier just to plug the switch in and then snap it in and doing what I'm doing, guys. But I gotta do what I'm doing now because I'm already stuck doing this. So my thing is I'm getting tired. Show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if I can do this in the dark. Hang on. This one's being a little bugger. I don't know why. There. See, when you insult them, they go right in. Okay. So drive. You guys are seeing this for the first time. What I want to do is just make sure all my wires, I got wires right there. This one's a little sticky to start with, but because I haven't worked it out yet. I haven't worked out the bugs yet. Carpet's inside, okay. Carpet's inside. Okay. So, she's basically in. Making sure all my switches work. Sorry guys, there. Whenever I have a USB that I'm putting in here, which gets snapped to my front plate. So now what I want to do, I got everything in, of course I'll shut the car off in a second, is I want to make sure I can find everything. Try to have everything in your location before you start. I have a chrome one of these. Some people have black. I have a chrome one of those. This is my iPhone 5 here that I have. I actually took something that was made for an iPhone 4 and cut it up and stuck a 8 in there instead of a 30 pin. I stuck an 8 pin in there, and I have an HDMI unit here, and that feeds to an HDMI to an RCA adapter. So on my Alpine it worked fine, in my house it works, but on this unit I get sound but I get no picture. So I'm thinking I need to jailbreak or reroute the unit so it works, or I'll talk to a friend of mine who's basically a wizard when it comes to figuring out computers, or it's a cousin of mine. She knows everything. So the door right now is a little, I know this door is a little sticky to start with because I didn't clean the paint off before I put it in. But normally you want to make sure. Oh, I got this wire hanging out of the side. Oh my gosh. There we go. So we want to make sure everything goes in smooth. That's why I was saying in the second video about putting fish line on particular wires that you know they're going to be tight. So that way there you can actually pull the wires. You know, see like all this extra wire here, all that extra wire, you put fishing line on it, then you can pull it down and out and away. You know, you can just have it taped up here, grab a hold of it, pull on it, and it will, you know, pull the. But of course, me being impulsive like usual, I didn't do any, so you guys don't get to see it. So these sit pretty nice and firm. So basically I have this cover that I've made, and what will happen is this will, my USB will snap in here like that. So now I have a USB port here, and I have a USB port here. Remember, this was a cigarette lighter with a 3.5 and a USB. They're about 25 bucks on eBay. A little cheaper, but I get the better quality ones with the lids. So basically, they both feed to the radio. This one here, I usually take a USB SIM card, what do you call those, and slide in there. So, and then this here will get fed back. Usually the top goes in first, kick it in like so. Just making sure there's clearance. And there's it'll come with 2 screws, one in this corner, one in that corner. You don't really need to put the screws in if you don't want to, but if you got like this USB port, you slide it in there, you pull it out, obviously the cover's going to pop out like so. So it kind of needs to screw. Make sure the screw is flush, because these are, I got them tapered. So make sure it's flush with the top of the plate, because there's very little clearance, and if it sticks up a little bit, then your door's not going to seat properly. But anyway, I'm going to take this one back out again. Try to always use the proper tools when doing stuff, especially on our cars. They're very particular. Of course, I'm using a kick-ass screwdriver, but you can see how well I epoxied everything on that. So what I'm going to do now basically is I'm going to see all this extra wire. So if I had a fishing line like maybe 3 fingers back, I can just pull on it. And all these wires will go back. So what I'm going to do now is basically I'm going to feed my hand through here and pull them back to make them nice and clean. And so I guess I should have showed you the unit where it wasn't so gummed up. But I've always had problems with this particular door. So I know what the problem is exactly, and I just haven't fixed it yet. So next video I'll show you that it really does work. All right. Of course, shut your car down. This is a 1 hour. It took me 1 hour to do this. I didn't really stop and start too much between you guys, between each video. So I've been on this thing non-stop for an hour. It'll be an hour and 3 minutes. So, like so, these are locked in. Make sure your wires are up above the post. So when it goes in, goes in nice and neatly, like so. Okay. Air conditioning, radio. So we have that now. There you go. Volt, fully charged. Throttle is about an 8. Vacuum is 56.2. That coolant is a little over 90. Speed is 0, and I'm revving right now at 648, 652 right now. So that's that's my unit. Like so, I'll feed these through. I'll put the cover back on. Basically, I'll be taking this one back out because this is just a sample. It needs to be cut and polished. It hasn't been cut and polished yet. It's got 5 layers of lacquer on it, so I want to cut and polish it, make it all pretty. And then this unit will basically be going up for sale on, actually no, I apologize, this unit's already sold. I asked the guy already if I can use this as my demo. I gave him $100 off, so I can use this as the demo. So that's it on everything. I'll go ahead and fine-tune things. Every time I do this stuff, there's always something that I'm not happy with. Just like, well, you guys don't need to know this, but the bracelets here, I raised it up 1/4 of an inch more, so the door is more clearer than hitting. I've epoxied a few things in, so the door doesn't smack up here. It stops 1/8 of an inch before. So that way there it's not hitting up here like the old factory one did. I fill something in. So that's it. Thank you guys. I'm gonna cool off now. Take care. This is Lewis with LZ Console Design. These units are going to be going up for sale. I have actually 4 styles. And so hopefully you guys like and you'll inquire. Benz World, Benz Benz Org, and some other sites.